Greeting, my fellow mountain digging restitutionists. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Going Medieval, Episode 3, First to Join. So we're saving up Chronicles for preserving food, and then I'm going to have you guys vote for next research. Preserving food leads to cooking and ice making, but I don't have the advanced research for ice making, so I'll add cooking, and then I'll also add research 2. This is not all of the potential options. This is just a curated subset of the research options that I think are going to be most relevant for progress, if you're wondering. Oh, I just realized, Trallalero doesn't even, or Tralla, I should say, doesn't even have the botany skill to plant the beets. He'll level up. He'll get there. This Rager's back at the mine. Digging away. And at this point, I don't think it would be necessarily a bad thing to offer him a little source of light so he's not feel like a caveman. Tralla is hauling to stockpile. Does that mean your mining is lower than haul? Yes. So now he is going to be joining Rager in the mines. In this vein is a lot of silver and iron, so it's pretty unavoidable. I mean, this mountain is full of valuable metals. Oh well. Underneath us is like iron and silver as well. Eustace, you can definitely leave. I don't need your... I'm not interested yet in buying dogs. Dogs can be purchased for hauling purposes. I will say, however, make sure not to necessarily make your livestock pets. So, for instance, the goats that I have, I could train to become pets. The issue with that is pets do not behave the same as livestock. So livestock will be hauled to like livestock markers and put in pens. Pets can free roam around your colony. If I made my sheep or goats rather into pets, they would freely roam, meaning that like they would eat my crops. So there is a way around that, which is that animals can't use ladders. So you would have to place your farms on ladders away from your animals. So eventually, if I have like a rooftop farm up on the top of the keep with like, you know, paddocks around the sides of the keep, I could have livestock as pets because all I would have to do is not use ramps, use ladders instead, and not grant them physical access to both the farms themselves or the food storage areas. But just letting you guys, like, giving fair warning that livestock as pets gets annoying. There's no, apart from ladders, there's no other way to keep them separated. Okay, the Eustace merchant has left. Research is available. We're saving up for preserving food and then stone cutting. Will I remove the ramps? Yes. All of these ramps will eventually get removed once I have alternative paths for the raiders. So a semi-subterranean base is complicated to build, as you can see. Food, not hungry, but he is hungry. Once we physically... You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to tell these guys to start eating on foot. So that their moods are, like, good enough that I don't think that will be a problem. Right, I'm completely blanking how to do that at the moment. Where is the eat on foot designation? Was it in manage? Self-tend. Maybe you guys know. There is a way to do it. I just forget how to do it. Can you name colonists? You can. All three of the colonists here are named after patrons, but any future people that get added in will be named. All right, let me go through and look more closely. I was almost positive that there was a way to tell them to eat on foot. Maybe there was like an update since I was like playtesting. I mean, there was some like bug fixing. But I swear to God, there was a way to do it. And I can't find it. Because I want Tralla and Rager not to run back to the table over here to eat every time. Like, I don't mind them just eating out here. But I am as confused as you are. Maybe someone will know. So initially, the plan is to not bother with like nice walls or anything. I'll put floors down, but I'm not going to remove the stone from the walls and then replace it with like stone walls or whatever, because that's an enormous amount of construction work. I'm just going to be digging, you know, essentially like a ant colony, I guess. I could set up a temporary table for them in here. Sure. But I'm not going to. There is a way to eat on foot. I'm almost sure of it. I just forget how to get to that sub-menu. If they run back from time to time, it's not a problem. I can also change their scheduling so that they get forced work periods and then time of anything so that they don't run back inside of their work windows so that more work gets done. They do carry food with them. So Rager here has junket, and then Tralla had roasted meat in their food pouches. And preserving food is now unlocked. That gives shelves and smokehouse. So smokehouses are allows you to smoke meat to be able to cure it. Does need to be built outside, like outdoors. But we can have an area east of the kitchen with like a chimney and a door for an outdoor area. It's not something I'm going to build right now, but it's something that we could eventually build. So the next research is the stone cutting, stone block cutting. We have a lot of limestone, so we're going to have a lot of limestone cut for that. Ben Deathheart, Thank you for all the gifted subs yesterday. Like, even when I wasn't streaming. So, cheers, dude. Hey, Rev. How's it going for you? I lurked some of your Tripang. I don't know. I think that's how you say the game. Stream. Not the kind of games I play, but it was fun to watch. Like, reminded me of Fear a little bit. I have fond memories of Fear from 2 decades ago. Man, I'm aging myself. But welcome to the stream, dude. The game's basically Fear? Yeah, that's the feeling I got. It's like newfangled Fear. Yeah, I saw a Reddit post recently about the games with some of the best AI, and Fear was mentioned in that because the NPCs that hunt you in Fear are like very smart. Like they clear rooms and stuff, and they like flush you out and use flashbangs and breach and all sorts. Like it was pretty advanced for bat, and they encircle you exactly. It's like, mwah, yes, hunt me. I don't want to just be able to like pull a cardboard. I mean, no offense to Metal Gear, but I don't want to be able to just pull a cardboard box over my head and be like, oh, you can't see me. You know, like that works for only stupid people. But like Fear got it right. Whereas even like a lot of people were mentioning Alien Isolation. I'm not saying Alien Isolation is bad. I'm just saying once you understand the AI mechanics behind Alien Isolation, like once you beat the game, it's not that scary. Whereas with Fear, they're always trying to outsmart you. You know, and obviously it could be gamified a little bit, but the NPCs in that game are pretty smart. So I think what I'll do is in setting up for the kitchen here is I'll build like the very bare necessities for defenses, like just throwing something together so that I can defend myself-ish. So removing the dirt, rocky soil stairs and then putting up like a basic limestone wall so that this section where these 2 trees are that will have to be cut. In fact, I'm going to get rid of all these trees. They're all in the way. Where these trees are, we have sight lines over the door where we can shoot down on transgressing aggressives. Of course, I just realized Rager has no way to get down. All right, Trella, that's gonna be up to you, dude. Rager, I totally just built Rager into a corner. Which is okay, there's work to be done here. Anyway. And I can have him dig out a corner, because I need to get rid of this ramp anyway. So good job, me. Nope, Trella. You keep mining. Where are you going anyway? This looks like Dwarf Fortress? Yeah, it's kind of like a 3D Dwarf Fortress RimWorld-esque game for sure. It's quite a lot of fun. It's not as feature depth as like RimWorld or Dwarf Fortress is. So it's I would say like feature deep like Stranded Alien Dawn. I would put this as about feature deep as Stranded Alien Dawn is. Especially now that Stranded Alien Dawn has like Z-level construction or elevated construction, multi-story construction. You know, I like this game more. As Stranded Alien Dawn's gameplay loop gets stale to me, it's sort of like a wave survival, whereas this feels more like build a village, be successful, not just like survive a bajillion waves of attacks. Well, that's just my 2 cents. I think they're both stellar games. It's not to say I would not buy Stranded Alien Dawn. I've bought it, and then I bought the DLC. So the idea here is to have a door here in our kitchen that leads up to the ramparts, which means I need to dig out a spot for the stairwell. But I might wait until we have stone cutting researched, which will be pretty soon, to be able to start to make limestone structures. Man, you really don't want to mine. There you go. So we have the space for stairwell now, but I'm going to wait until we have proper cut stone. It's the hardiest stuff, and it also looks nice. Looks easier to view than Dwarf Fortress? Yeah, it's pretty. I mean, I could turn on the screenshot mode and like hide the UI, and you can really see sort of the layers and the structures, whereas with Dwarf Fortress, you really have to like interpret. Your brain has to be trained as to what the hell you're looking at, whereas here it's like very intuitive. And because this is like a mini series and I'm only going to have finite time, this is obviously not going to turn into like some sort of glorious castle. But some of the, you know, I've seen screenshots of people playing this, and it's one hell of a glorious castle. There's no room above the stairs? Yeah, there is. You can see the exit right here. And then likewise, we'll have stairs here going down into a food cellar. Liara is about to do book 20. So, next research, up to you. But stone block cutting, we now have. And I am going to put the stone cutting table here. It's not permanently going to be here. This is obviously going to be our kitchen, but I'm putting it here just so that we can have it close by to where all the stone is, as that seems a reasonable spot for it for now. And I think Rager is already building it. So I should explain that there are 3 tiers of research books. So you start off being able to make chronicles. Research 2 gives you the ability to make the next tier, which is the textbooks, and then thesis is research 3. So some projects require, you know, all 3 tiers, some just 2 tiers, and then the starting is just the chronicles. So we don't necessarily need to get research 2 just yet. There's plenty of lower level research projects left to be done, but at some point we'll need to rank up to research 2, or we won't be able to get stuff, the harder stuff done. Cabbage is coming up nice. I don't have a lot of flax. We haven't planted the beets because I don't know how yet. But yeah, I'm eager to see this go. Do I need to get research 2 to get cooking? No. Ice making, yes, but cooking, no. Otherwise, I wouldn't have included it. Although I do make mistakes. I'll be the first to say I screwed things up royally. But in this case, I've done it right. Yeah. Pretty soon, I suspect the game will throw an opportunity to rescue a 4th person as well, adding to our labor pool, and hopefully they won't be a turd of a human. Fingers crossed. Now that it is raining, it reminds me, soils will get wet and grow grass. As you can see in the bottom left here, there's a grass and wetness. As far as I could tell, grass is sort of a measure of wetness and sunlight. When you have wet, sunlit things on dirt soils, it forms grass. But the reason I mention this is water will not pool. So no matter how much rain you get, if you create a pit, it won't fill with water. Water does not work that way. It's very, very simple. water just tries to fill voids to a certain degree. So, for instance, if I dug this soil tile out, allowing this water to spill out, the water spilling out would fill like roughly this much space-ish, maybe a little bit more, and then just stop. Kind of like in Minecraft, how Minecraft is what, like 7 tiles it tries to fill, something like that. Water's kind of that way, and it's very stupid for now. It's not. This isn't like Timberborn, where there's like deep water mechanics, where you can have like water locks and pumps and things like that. This is just like, there's water and it runs, sorta. Just throw it out there. This is also like just outside of the experimental branch for the first pass at water. So, so water is simple. Maybe it gets more complicated later on, but for processing reasons, probably there's going to be a limit to how complicated it ever becomes. I'd imagine. So it looks like next you guys want cooking. So we're going to save up for 30 chronicles for cooking. And I think we should be able to get the kitchen excavated with a stairwell up to the ramparts today. I hope. But Rager's getting the stonemason bench going, and then I can put Trala on the production here. So I'm gonna cut bricks until I have forever, I guess. Just keep doing it. And then if I go to jobs, go to Trala, and set him up to like 1 craft, or maybe 2 craft. So once cooking tasks are done, he'll cut stone. That will be like a full-time thing. And then once we get some cut stone, I can put stairwells in. Is it possible to see what the room looks like from the inside? I don't know what you mean. You mean like this? This is what the room looks like from the, like... My brain's a little smooth. You'll have to tell me exactly what you mean. So, taking a look at the different stairs. Block stairs are 1,000 hit points. The regular limestone stairs, which you could think of just like taking the limestone boulders and like stacking them up, is just a little over half of the total hit points. In terms of thermal insulation... Oh, is there... Impure... Okay, I'll dig out a little bit further. To see the roof and all? No. No. You can hide the roof elements, but you can't hide, like, terrain elements as far as I know. You can hide treetops, but not... You'll have to slice into terrain levels to be able to see that level of detail. There isn't, like, an X-ray mode or something like that. Oh, I see what they're saying. Yeah, Ooh, that is a walk. We only have to do it like once or twice. It's fine. So Trella's cutting a whole bunch of stone for us. And we have an opportunity. So, do we help Daniel? And I'll read this for you. There is... So Daniel appeared sheepish. Can I come inside? There are these bards I want to avoid. Wearied by wordplay and lute practice, Daniel gave the performers a bad review. I just want a bit of peace and quiet, he explained. Will you grant Daniel entry? It may come at a price. So, the settlers slamming the door shut on Daniel might give some settlers negative mood modifiers, or Yurheim's inhabitants decided to help him. So here is Daniel. He is high intellect, decent marksman, decent, or at least passion. I don't actually know his skills necessarily. I know he has a 5 in botany. He's an ambitious engineer. He has a passion in mining, though, which could come in handy. And medicine and marksman, and intellectual. He has an intellectual 22, which is pretty good. So he's brainy and brawny in equal measure, maybe. He has a religious alignment that is not like ours. I believe to the left is devout oak brethren, where we are all like practicing restitution-ish. So we don't ideologically aligned in that way, but that's fine. And he has one unknown perk. However, we are to expect an archer and 3 marauders to follow Daniel in a couple of days. We're very mad about his bad review. You know, this is the days of Yelp reviews which get you killed. So yeah, looks like you guys want Daniel. So we're gonna help him out. So here he is. He has a minor arm laceration. He's hungry. Taking a look at his skills. Mining, intellectual, marksman. Okay. Liara has about the same intellectual, so I'll probably put him on full-time mining. So I'm gonna copy Rager, paste it in. Take him off of construction and off of carpentry and smithing, because he's not a carpenter or a smith. But for now, I'm gonna have him heal because he's wounded. This also means that this is the first person to be added to our community, so there's a raffle. So raffle timer's right there. Got 5 minutes. And in 5 minutes, or hopefully in 5 minutes, sometimes I forget to raffle people off, we will raffle him off. The other thing is, we don't have a good weapon for him. So I don't have the means to... I don't have wooden weaponry research, so I'm going to add that to potential next research as well. Which allows us to make simple short bows. This will unlock a woodwork bench and also a Boyer table. So the Boyer table allows you to make bows. So he can wield the spear for now. That's the only weapon we have available for him at the moment. Oh, we are also getting cabbage for the first time. We are starting to harvest our cabbage. Nice. So once he... I like how he has an armor laceration, so he's limping. Yeah, that makes sense. And once he reaches our colony, Liara can tend to him. Nine medicine is pretty decent too. Yeah, he's not a bad find. Not a bad find. What was his trait? Cold hardy. Good, because we're in the mountains. Cold hardy works for me too. And I was right. He is an Oak Brethren Zealot. So that also means that we're going to want a Oak Brethren Shrine for him, because he's going to want to pray probably more than anyone else. Everyone else, because I designed these people ahead of time, they're just practicing restitutionists. There is a way for people to be converted over time, and there's events that can happen to have them convert. So he might not stay a zealot forever. We'll have to see. The other thing I wanted to do for him is to put him on cooked food, because it looks like he was about to eat raw cabbage, which makes no sense at all. And we'll give him ranged weapons, no shield, and caps. And then I'm going to tell him to equip a spear for now, even though that's not a ranged weapon. I'm going to force it on him. Because we don't have a bow for him at the moment. Rudgebearer, thank you for the resub. And Chief Dog too. And Ruinloth. Man, I'm bad at keeping up. So once he is done nomming on free food, Liara will tend to him. And because he's wounded, it also makes sense for him not to be involved in the first fight anyway. Because he won't be all that effective. All right, most important thing to build right now is the ramparts, because we do have enemies coming in. So this tiny little section up here is protected from the archers. So I want Trala to remove some of these trees for better sightlines. And this is where we'll make our little stand against the search party that is arriving. So the search party is the, I don't know Gaelic, so I'm going to try my best. The Braid Simrig, that's what I'm going to call it, are coming to deliver deadly violence upon Daniel for his bad loot review. We are already 10 a.m. Good. Joint, thank you for the gifted subs, by the way. Here you go, buddy. And the maximum stats are 50, yeah. They go from 0 to 50. Alright, Rager is building those stairs, and then once he's done with that, we'll get him to build the limestone wall enclosing this area. The limestone wall is actually not necessary because they won't be able to path from that. Like, it looks like physically you'd be able to do it, but you can't in this game because it has to be on the same level. But there we go. Now we have this tiny little balcony, or whatever you want to call it, which is protected from troops below. Daniel, I hope you're worth it. You ambitious engineer, you. And 15 seconds left on the raffle, so good luck. Oh, what are you doing? Where are you going? Don't touch my goats. So I got 1 day until the search party arrives. But I already have some sort of defensive structures set up, so I'm not too concerned. Scumdog, you are Daniel. Let me unlock the character details. So if you want to rename yourself, feel free to do so. But I'm going to call Daniel Scumdog for now. Which is probably roughly what this search party wants to call him anyway. You guys, what was it, cooking? Yeah, it was cooking. So, we're building up stuff for cooking, but here is the poll for next research to be up to you. And his, the Zealot now has a shrine for himself. Here it is. So the tradition, look here, when it says cabbage seed, what that means is like we can basically replace the crops. But you don't necessarily want to do everything as just like ripe, because the issue is if you ever have some sort of like blight or hail that ruins your crops, you won't have seeds left over to replant. So I tend to have 2 plots. I tend to have like a 5 times the size plot for ripe, and then a 5th of the size plot for going to seed, or whatever, you know what I mean. To make sure that you always have seeds left over. JD, I do have a hotkey for that. So yeah, for the future, vote however you want to vote. Don't tell people how to vote. That's how things are run. Once Scumdog is recovered, it will be really nice to have the extra miner help. I'm really happy that he came in with mining skills. That's awesome. And this kitchenette area is almost done. And in this area, if you turn on the overlay of the rooms, you can actually see what belongs in a kitchen. So it needs to have a stove, 2 wall pottery shelves, and a butchery table to get the designation of kitchen. And the benefits of having designated rooms is that production is faster in designated rooms. Pretty considerably. I think 12% faster, and then like 10% for inside, up to 32% bonus, more or less. And Scumdog, thank you for all the gifted subs. As a result of, I assume, winning that raffle there. That was totally not rigged. All right, wooden weaponry after cooking. Got it. Where is he? Oh, he's already mining. Awesome. I am going to give him the same schedule as the others, making sure that he works during the day, and then rests at the mornings and evenings. We got 16 hours until the search party comes to murder him. No problem. Also, we're going to increase the amount of meals that I make up to, like, let's say 15. Cheers. Scumdog, did you want to keep your name? You can use the channel point redemption or just type it. I'll try to look for it in typing. Looks like you have recovered from your wounds, which is good. Oh, he was happy with the name? Yeah, sometimes I miss chat. Things move. Things move faster than I can read. Wow, you skipped a meal and went straight to mining? Really? You're looking a little hungry there, friend. Here, can you just eat? Yeah, eat the junket that's in your pockets. And there we go. I built a torch out here. Torches protect animals from predators. There's a bunch of different ways to protect things from predators, like tending or torches. So I built a torch out here for the animals. I think if this torch gets extinguished from rain, I will change how it's built. But I think it's okay. Maybe the roof protects it. I'm not it doesn't look like it offers protection. But we'll keep an eye on its fuel level, and if it plummets, I'll fix it. But we have a lot of sticks as fuel, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem. About 7 hours until the enemies arrive. And this little kitchenette is looking pretty good. Man, we have 4,500 silver. Lord. Talk about problems. That is going to give us some problems. That's raw silver that would need to be, smelted into coins or ingots or whatever. Do attackers target animals? Hypothetically, they could. I'm not necessarily worried about my animals, though, because there's, like, other goats that are wild that we could tame. So if they do kill my domesticated goats, we'll just tame new ones. It's one of the reasons why I didn't raffle off the animals, because I don't intend to be a kind rancher. It's going to be one of those, oh, well, they died. Or, oh, well, I have too many. One of the things is, like, there is not a neuter. There's a train into a pet. There's a slaughter and release. So any sufficiently older colony will end up having so many domesticated animals that you will, like, kind of need to slaughter them. Or you get so many of them, it's, like, crippling. I mentioned that because I didn't want you guys to own them and for me to, like, go murder them. Which will absolutely be the thing I do. Alright, let's go put some block floor in there. Block floor is just nicer looking. The brick floor has decent thermal insulation properties as well, which is not bad for a kitchen, but it's mostly just, like, it's attractive, which is why I'm picking it. And then have these guys continue mining. So the idea here is to have a door in this spot, which then descends into a root cellar, or probably splits 3 ways to descend into a seed cellar, a root cellar for food, and then a fermenting room for liquors. Right? Yoda likes liquor. I don't let him have any, but if given the chance, he would absolutely consume. Charlo, what are you doing? What is this? You were grabbing this limestone? Yeah, no, forget it. Do something else. That's silly. Thank you for tuning in to Going Medieval, which originally streamed live on Twitch December 23rd and December 24th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below, but please keep in mind that this episode was cut from a live stream marathon, and all the content has already been recorded, so changes cannot be made. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams, and a link to that can be found in the description of this video, and also a link to Discord if you would like to join my online gaming community. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and everyone that turned out to the live stream, and also viewers like you that made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow restitutionists and oak brethren.